Most people believe they'll recognize the moment. They imagine their dog will somehow tell them when it's time. But what actually happens inside a dog's body and mind during the final 30 minutes of life is something most owners never see. And science has only recently begun to understand. And once you understand it, you will never feel the same way about that goodbye. In this video, you're going to learn exactly what veterinary researchers have documented about a dog's final moments, what happens to their brain and body, what they feel, whether they experience pain or something much closer to peace. And if you've already lost a dog, this might change how you remember that day forever. The body begins to quiet. In the hours before a dog dies, the body doesn't fight. It slowly quiets. Circulation begins to slow. The extremities, the paws, the tip of the nose grow cool first. Body temperature drops, making the paws and ears feel cold. This happens because the body is pulling warmth inward toward the core. Breathing often becomes very shallow, ragged, or slow, with long pauses between breaths, sometimes irregular. Veterinarians call this the active dying phase, and across thousands of documented cases, one word keeps appearing in their notes: peaceful, not struggling, not afraid, peaceful. What the brain releases. Here's the part that most people never hear. As oxygen levels drop in the brain, something extraordinary happens. The brain releases endorphins, a flood of them. The same neurochemicals that are released during play, during bonding, during the deepest moments of comfort your dog has ever known. What this means, and researchers have confirmed this, is that the sensation of dying for a dog may feel chemically almost identical to rest. Not darkness, not pain, something closer to warmth. Think about that for a moment. Do they feel pain? The single most common question veterinarians receive from grieving owners is this: were they in pain? And the honest, science-backed answer in the overwhelming majority of natural deaths is no. The body activates its own opioid system, its own internal painkillers. Dogs in this stage show a specific and measurable sign: reduced muscle tension. Not the tight, braced, rigid posture of a dog in pain. Something looser, something released. Veterinary researchers describe it as the body's final act of mercy toward itself. A built-in protection that we as humans also share, but that dogs, because of their neurochemistry, may actually experience more completely than we do. They look for you. Now here's the part that will stay with you. Veterinarians who have witnessed hundreds of natural dog deaths report this almost universally. Dogs do not try to be alone at the end. They seek proximity. They look for their person. They search for a familiar face, a familiar scent. You. A 2024 study from the University of Jyväskylä in Finland confirmed what many owners already felt but couldn't prove. A dog's heart rate literally synchronizes with their owners during physical contact. The nervous systems link. Even at the very end, your presence isn't just emotional comfort. It is a biological signal that tells your dog's body, you are safe. You are not alone. It's okay to rest. Your being there is doing something real, something measurable. Something science can now point to and say, yes, that mattered. The last sense. Of all 5 senses, hearing is the last to go. In dogs, just as in humans. This is not a comforting story someone made up. This is documented neuroscience. The auditory cortex holds on longer than sight, longer than touch, longer than smell, which means that in those final moments, your voice is still reaching them. Whatever you said, however you said it, it landed. They heard you. What to say? You don't need to find perfect words. Research on the human-animal bond consistently shows that the tone of a familiar voice activates a dog's reward center, far more than the specific words used. So speak slowly, say their name, tell them they were a good dog, tell them you'll be okay, tell them whatever is true for you. Because the truth is, no matter what words you choose, what your dog is receiving is the one thing they always wanted most. You, close, calm, there. That is enough. That has always been enough. Science cannot perfectly measure what a dog thinks in those final moments, but behavioral studies suggest something important. Most dogs do not appear to fear death the way humans do. Instead, they seem tired, quiet, and often seeking reassurance from the person they trust most. Your grief is real. After a dog dies, owners experience grief that is neurologically identical to the loss of a human family member. Brain imaging studies confirm it. the same regions activate, the same intensity fires. So if you are in that pain right now, or if you've carried it for years, it is not dramatic, it is not weakness, it is not just a dog. It is the loss of one of the most powerful attachment bonds that modern science has ever documented, and you are allowed to grieve it completely. What your dog felt in those last 30 minutes was not fear. The science says it was warmth, familiarity, and you. If this changed how you understand that goodbye, or helped you prepare for one someday, leave a like. It helps more people find this when they need it most. And subscribe, because every dog deserves an owner who understands them this deeply.